Let's go.
It's your back, it dey keep passing. It dey bring out the best in me. I dey feel your recipe. Make you give me that recipe. Fine, fine. Yeah, you fine. You so divine. I dey feel you die.
What's happening, people? We got a new episode of Awesome Entertainment. I'm Joel Awesome. They're talking about the Doomsday trailer and when it's gonna come out. Now, I don't know if I want to watch the trailer because one of my best movie theater experiences was Deadpool and Wolverine and Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Because one reason, because both of those movies, I didn't watch none of the trailers, none of the commercials, I didn't know nothing going into the movie. I just knew, very, very minimal. So every tiny bit of surprise, every tiny cameo meant everything to me when I was watching it. Because I didn't know, all the stuff they showed in the trailer, I had no clue. So it was all a surprise to me. So I might raw dog Doomsday and not watch none of the trailers, but they putting out a bunch. So we're going to watch Everything Always video. See what the homie
What's
talking
going
about.
on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires Now. Marvel Studios' official plan for the Doomsday trailer's release has been revealed, and it is not something that I thought they would do once, let alone 4 times. Yes, you're hearing me right. There are apparently 4 trailers for Avengers Doomsday.
4
and the
trailers.
way that Marvel Studios is marketing them, the way that they are releasing them, is going to require you to buy 4 separate tickets for Avatar. No, I'm not making this up.
Look, I might not buy 1 ticket for Avatar, let alone 4. Now you're going to have people sneaking into theaters just to get the content. And people going to just record it on their phones. It's going to be on the internet in like half a second.
Down where this came from and what now the streets are saying.
4 trailers
about how
is
you
crazy.
can see the Avengers Doomsday trailer. It will not be dropped online. Rather, it'll be dropped in theaters 4 separate times with 4 different trailers. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately and helped grow the channel. If you haven't already, I just kindly invite you to do so. It's the #1 thing you can do to support us. Plus,
yes, subscribe to my channel too.
Stick around at the end of the video.
Subscribe to Everything Always. Subscribe to me.
Okay, so
you can help us out.
Super late last night from discussing film, corroborated by multiple other sources, that Avengers Doomsday's trailer will be dropped this week in theaters in front of Avatar: Fire and Ash. And then, over the following 3 weeks after this weekend, we'll get a new trailer attached to Fire and Ash every weekend that it's in theaters for the first 4 weeks.
So a new trailer every week on the week for 4 weeks straight on Avatar. Ain't nobody want to see fucking Avatar that much. We didn't want to see the first one. Bruh, what's the point of even doing that? It gets to the point to where either, wanting to see it is too much work, and when you finally see it, it's not gonna live up to the hype, or you just gonna spoil everything early, or they're just gonna wait and
So you're hearing this right.
do what I do.
4
Watch it
different
in the
Avengers
end.
Doomsday trailers. They will all be in theaters 1 week after another for the first 4 weeks of Avatar's Fire and Ash box office. So if you want to see each one of these trailers, it means you're going to have to buy 4 tickets to go see Avatar: Fire and Ash in the box office.
No, we don't.
Now, I've already made it known
We breaking
that I will
in.
simply be buying
We
tickets
sneaking
this
in the
upcoming
movie
weekend to
theaters.
see Fire and Ash so that I can see the trailer. I had no intentions of catching Fire and Ash in the theaters. Maybe Marvel Studios knew there were a lot of Marvel fans who would do the same thing. But doing that every week for 4 weeks means that if I want to go see these trailers live in person, I'm going to have to buy 4 tickets to see Fire and Ash. Now,
You could buy 4 tickets, or you can involve yourself in criminal activity and break in, okay? I'm sneaking in the theaters. Y'all gonna have to stop me. I'm a big dude, so y'all gonna really carry me out for a damn trailer? Y'all gonna let me crash out? You know how social media is. People put their phone out, claim they're a victim.
Some of the cheapest theaters around me
Movie theater don't want that smoke.
Sometimes even $20, which means for me and any other diehard Marvel fan who wants to go see this trailer in person is going to have to spend somewhere between $40 and $80.
Don't do it, Marvel fan. Don't do it.
For Avatar's Fire and Ash.
Save your money so you can watch the movie 4 times.
Literally say the reasons, say that Disney and Marvel figured there'd be a huge overlap
Save your
of fans
money.
anyway. People who would be going to see Fire and Ash, they want to give them a little treat, or they want to put out a trailer a year early and make the most of it, so they'll do 4 different edits. The way I'm looking at this is, number one, they're using the Avengers Doomsday trailer to pump up the box office for Fire and Ash, because let's face it, I myself will now be buying 4 tickets once a week to go see it.
Are you
wasn't going
serious?
to before. And they're basically
You better than
rolling
that.
the Avengers Doomsday trailer. Oh, you want to see it? You can. It's out. You just got to buy a Fire and Ash ticket to do so. Now, I personally think that this is an absolutely terrible idea for 2 separate reasons. The first of which is that
The
this
criminal
trailer
activity
is
that we're
so
gonna be involved in
important
when we
for
break into
Marvel's
theaters.
brand. They are trying something completely crazy with Avengers Doomsday. They have not been hitting on all cylinders here lately. It is such an important trailer for the fan base and such an important moment for the fan base to go ahead and stick it behind a paywall and make people go see Fire and Ash to catch it, to me, is a really, really tone-deaf move with what's going on with the
Is it
fandom
tone
and
deaf?
just the time of year.
I mean-
And look, I saw this comment on a couple of my videos where people were pro theaters and like, hey, this is really going to help the theaters. I mean, maybe, but really, we're just giving Disney more money. Now, look, here's the truth. If you wanted to see a
Look, man, and
Back in the day,
everybody's
it had to come
everybody's
up as a
tripping
random
about
commercial
about Netflix buying up Warner Brothers, and they're like, it's gonna ruin theaters and da da da. First off, you being on your fucking phone and being loud as shit is ruining theaters. That's what's ruining theaters, okay? You know what I'm saying? Your loud ass kid that you won't shut the fuck up. That's who is ruining theaters, okay? Y'all motherfuckers throwing popcorn everywhere. That's who's ruining theaters, okay? Not the trailers. Having exclusive trailers in the theaters only makes sense. I don't know why they ain't been doing that. But I also don't think Netflix, even if they don't put Warner Brothers content in theaters, it's just gonna open up space for other people to, be great. You know what I mean? This move is, it's not a bad move.
attached to movies in the theaters. YouTube
It's
has made
interesting,
it a thing where
but my
you
thing
can
is I
catch
just don't
these
wanna
trailers
know
as soon as
too
they
much
drop. That's
going
what we
into the movie.
expect them to drop. But you can't argue that YouTube doesn't exist. It does. And so what's going to ultimately happen here is that these trailers, one by one, will get uploaded to YouTube just as people's cell phone footage. It'll be all over Twitter,
Yeah.
all over Instagram, all over YouTube. And if you want to see the trailer, if you're not going to Fire and Ash, or if you want to break down the trailer like me and so many other content creators, we're going to be doing so off of secondhand footage. And I guess I shouldn't complain because iPhone footage has gotten so good. Other than some crappy audio, we're going to be able to see what's going on. But for a trailer that's this important to the Avengers Doomsday film that Marvel wants to make $2 billion and to the entire fandom after the mishaps of the multiverse saga, I cannot believe that this is the way that Marvel Studios and Disney are saying, yeah, that's okay, let it happen. Let the trailers leak online with people with cell phone footage. And if you're not going to see Fire and Ash, well,
They said
that's the way
y'all
we're
gonna do
get
it
to see the
anyway.
trailers anyway.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all ruined. You didn't ruin. You actually helped me because they spoiled Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, because there was a fuzzy iPhone video posted on YouTube. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, like an hour or two after the movie came out. So I seen, spoiler alert if you ain't seen the movie 3 years ago or 4 years ago, but that Professor X was in it, and Mr. Fantastic from John Krasinski, and it was like, damn, that kind of ruined the movie. But then I was like, fuck it, I went ahead and watched the trailer. I went and watched the leaked clip, and I was like, fuck, they killed everybody like that. That part was a little bit disappointing, but feeling that disappointment before heading into theaters, it didn't ruin the movie for me like it did for a lot of people. I think that moment really screwed a lot of people out of that movie. So that was one of the times where I think spoiler actually helped boost the experience of the movie. But in most of the cases, I don't want to know stuff. I don't want to know too much information going in. I wish the trailers were always light, but you can't trust Marvel. Marvel been putting all the information in the trailers, so it's like,
Because conversely,
I'm at the point I gotta avoid it.
not put out a trailer altogether and save the trailer for later in the year. So there is a way of looking at this that is
I also think it's weird that the Doomsday trailer is coming out now, a year before the movie dropped, but there's zero Spider-Man trailer, and that's supposed to come out in like 6 months. The Spider-Man movie, Brand New Day, comes out
just
first. There's no
extra,
trailer,
that
no
it's
rumors.
more than
Or there's
instead of
rumors,
less
but no
than.
rumor about the
But
trailer.
that doesn't make sense to me either because it is the first look at Avengers Doomsday and it is so important for the fandom. However, apparently Disney has made the call that it's more important to use that asset to boost the box office tickets for Avatar, Fire and Ash and that's the path that they've chosen. Okay, so I assume since they've done this that they are going to be copyright striking the video and the audio. They'll do it on YouTube for sure. They also do that on social media like Instagram and Twitter. Shoot, it's happened to me after stuff has gone major viral everywhere else. All of a sudden they'll take mine down, no idea why. I will be going to the theater now over the next 4 weeks, doing my own research and reconnaissance, and then bringing you full breakdowns,
And I will be breaking into the theater for the next 4 weeks. And I'm going to tell y'all how I got in, how I got out, how I didn't get caught.
You can use the audio or the video or the screenshots. I'm not sure.
If I get arrested, blame Mark.
Tune in here at the channel. I will be a reliable source, and I will, of course, go to see them, take notes, come back, do a full breakdown for you guys.
See, I ain't got to go to. I can just go to Everything Always channel.
Look, I've seen a majority of the comments.
He'll break it down for me.
I just want to stress that I feel
a breakdown is probably better than actually seeing.
You guys do.
You know, so
and
if I see
thought
it, it'll
about
ruin
this
it.
long and hard, and the way that Marvel can sort of redeem this, if they choose to do it, would be to go ahead and drop the trailers that were in the box office when the new one drops the next week, if that makes any sense. So, like, there'll be a brand new Doomsday trailer this weekend, right? Then next weekend there'll be another one. Well, when that second one drops, why not go ahead and put the first one on YouTube?
The second one's going to be immediately put on YouTube.
That.
It won't matter.
To me, it makes the most sense because then it will be out and have been circulated now secondhand. And you know what? Look, maybe Marvel and Disney say that's cool. We don't care that the trailers go secondhand on social media. It'll just add more to the allure and the vibe that you can't quite see it, or you have to go to the theater, or that you're getting a secondhand look. Maybe it'll keep it in the conversation in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, they want to keep people talking.
But to me, just a really tone-deaf move.
They want to keep people talking, but it better be fire.
It's the Avatar Fire and Ash. And honestly, Disney, are you that concerned about it? Like, are you really that worried for a movie that did so well in the second one that you feel like you have to boost the box office tickets by putting the Avengers Doomsday trailer behind the paywall? And I would call this a cheap trick, but it's not at all. It's actually pretty expensive for us, the ones who have to buy the tickets. You let me know all your thoughts down below quickly. Let's get into giveaway stuff before.
Look, man, it's a desperation move, all right? It's a desperation move. We need people in the theaters. We need to build up hype. We couldn't build up hype with our fucking TV shows. Actually, our TV shows hurt the product. You know what I mean? It hurt the brand name. So now you can't just put Avengers out there and people think it's going to be good. Everybody's assuming it's going to be trash because all your other shit was trash. Look, man, y'all in the predicament. So they're just going to keep dropping trailers like they're fucking episodes to try to build up your hype. I don't know, man. I'm a raw dog Doomsday because I enjoy the movie. Even if the movie isn't as good as it's supposed to be, it's way better when you go in, you don't know a damn thing that's happening. So y'all could drop 3, 4, 5 trailers. Even if you drop one and try to release one next week, it's gonna be up on YouTube within hours, man. Within hours of probably before the movie's even over. You like the first showing, someone's gonna record it on their phone. Even if you can start the first show, it's gonna be all over the. You know, you paying movie theater employees, $2 an hour to stop people. They don't give a fuck. They're not finna go in there and police people on their phones. So it's gonna be leaked on the internet in seconds. It's just gonna be fuzzy and bad quality. But hey, if you like me, you gonna raw dog it. I gotta like take the hashtag off my Instagram and block all the pages because I can't see nothing. I don't want to know nothing. I really don't even want to see Robert Downey Jr. now. This is probably going to be hard to avoid that, but either way, I'm raw dogging Doomsday. All right, man, y'all hit like, y'all hit share, y'all hit subscribe. I'm out of there.
Don't play with my patience, man, they gone with the flow when they tryna fake it. That's not the way I roll, that's not the combination. You start off with the dough before you start the conversation. No one start the salutations, man, don't play with me. I'm coming from a place they would hate to be. I'm going through a phase you would hate to see. They say this life's a trip, ain't no telling where it's taking me. When you on the edge and you make your next move, better be your best. Before you throw it to the depths, better reinvest. Man, I count every moment and count every step, so I know I'm blessed. Now it's